Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. A warm welcome to 219, the meeting of NITK BHIVE Toastmasters Club. As all clubs have some mission, we Toastmasters NITK BHIVE Club also follow a mission statement of Toastmasters International, which goes like this. The mission of Toastmasters Club is to provide supportive and positive learning experience to its members, whereby they develop confidence and courage to speak in public and improve their communication and leadership skill, which helps them in their personal growth and in their professional growth. Having said this, when we talk about growth, the growth always is associated with discipline. Now, for this meeting to be successful, let's follow the four golden rules of NITK BHIVE, which we always do. Rule number one, please put your mobile phones on silent mode so that it does not disturb the fellow members. I give you 5 seconds for the same. Thank you very much. Please refrain from talking to one another or walking in and walking out when the speaker is speaking. This definitely distracts and spoils the flow. Point number 3 or rule 3, please refrain from talking about sex, religion and politics. These are very personal things and it may hurt the feelings of members. Last but not the least, please have a big smile on your face. It will definitely motivate the member. With this, I would like to invite today's presiding officer, a very bold, dynamic person, and a person who me is never say die, who is a taskmaster in the task and who keeps the ball always rolling. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Prasanna Kumari ji.
Toastmasters and guests. It's a privilege given to me today at the first time as a presiding officer, all of a sudden. So if I commit any mistakes, please pardon me because it's the first time. Minutes of the previous meeting is shared. It is circulated and is it okay? Approved?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. I think we have few guests around. Rotary Sunil Khan. Yeah. Sunilji, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Sunil Khan. I have been a member of Toastmasters IMB Auditors for some time now. Maybe from 2012, I've been a member there. And I'm also a Rotarian, a little earlier than that. And my office is in the neighborhood at Cunningham Road. So I thought this would be a good club to, and a small club so I can do my pathways by coming here on my way back from the office. So that's my introduction. And I run a consulting firm which is into infrastructure consulting, which is roads and bridges, highways.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Rangat Malibu. I'm asked to be Toastmasters and Mr. Santosh called me for Toastmasters. But do you know? I said I know how to toast the bread, but not about Toastmasters. But then I'm here for the first time to experience how the club, engages the people, confidence, and helps in the professional life of the members. So I work for Mercedes Benz. So I'm new to Bangalore. It's my 4th month, and I work as a CEO for Karnataka Mercedes-Benz, Sundaram Motors. So looking forward to having a pleasure evening with all of you here. Thank you.
Thank you. That's right. Theme of the day is green innovations, and the word of the day is colors. And it go hand in hand because the color green is already there in the theme of the day. And when you think of green and green innovations, you naturally think of the nature. And nature is giving us all the colors available, right? So I will have few words about the theme of the day because I am not very well prepared, but I'll try my best. Green innovation comprises all types of innovations that contribute to the creation to keep products, services, and processes to reduce the harm, impact, and deterioration of the environment. At the same time, that optimize to use the natural resources, example, solar panels, eco-friendly cutleries, electric vehicles, rainwater harvesting. This all comes in if you can go on and on and on about it. But I wanted to throw a question. Do you know in the world, India or Bharat is the only country which started a solar energy international airport? Can anybody name it? Cochin International Airport. I am really proud that I belongs to that state, and which is completed 25 years. When you exit or enter the airport, you can see acres of land with solar panels, which is isn't it wonderful? Yes. We hold it, and it's a green airport. They as the entrance there's a very big board. My responsibility to invite the Toastmaster of the day, TMOD, who is an energetic, enthusiastic, ever smiling person. And always, her energy and wantedness to learn more. And an engineer by profession. So I would like to invite Toastmaster of the day, Rashmi B.
Hopefully someday. But what a nice way to introduce, and it was a first PO thing. I think she did a fantastic job. Thank you so much. I won't introduce myself, so continue the two rows one after the other. Thank you so much, Prasanna. I chose green innovations thinking it's little did I know there is vast, is huge. I kept researching, and there is too many things in that. Hopefully, I'll be able to summarize a little bit, and hopefully, you will all be able to take a little bit from this session today. The reason I also chose this theme was there is um, a movement going on from 1950 in India called Vana Mahotsav. July 1st through July 7th. Every year this is celebrated in India, and everyone enthusiastically is introduced to trees, whether it's kids or in the villages everywhere, and everyone is pushed to seeding the samplings and putting this everything. So they want to learn more about the trees and greenery. So I thought this would be a right time to choose the green innovations. This of annual planting season, it has been started by the railway minister from 1950 onwards. So going green doesn't mean just being envious, like how we used to use the metaphor when we were kids. Now it is a trend. It's a growing trend where every company or every organization wants to go green. They want to get certified in being green, and everyone wants to claim and get incentives from the government for being green. There are a lot of initiatives which people have taken, whether it is green buildings, whether it is green HVAC, whether it is green roads, whether it is green roofs, green tiles, green buildings, green cement, green steel, green lighting. I said, what is up with this green? So I'll try to introduce some of them to you from a layman's perspective because I'm not into the green technology. So pardon me if there is anything wrong. We'll talk afterwards if you know more than me. So what does green mean? To summarize, it reduces the carbon footprint. If it reduces the carbon footprint, does it use renewable energy? Does it use renewable materials? Or the process is good? Or maybe all of them? That's what they're looking at. And there's a Green Council who is actually certifying all these things. And they are setting up the standards and certifying organizations for going, which was amazing to think about. I said, there's a council for finding out how green a organization or a project is. So this was something new for me. So someday I'll go more into it next time. This does improve the quality of life if you think about it. It does improve the wastage of the resources, whether it is water, solar, whatever you want to look at. Whether it is achieving energy efficiency inside the project, any of these things. This is what it means. Whether it's green buildings, that means, I'll give you an example for a green building. Suzlon one in Pune. They built the entire building with the office and garden as in mind. They can hold 2,300 people in the capacity and they have the platinum LEED certification from the Green Council, which means they use the minimum lighting, they use their energy efficiency is probably at the 70% level. They don't waste a lot of things. So there are a lot of criteria for this which they meet. I think this is very interesting and the way everyone is trying to go towards, we all should start looking at this and put more efforts in that direction. With this, I think we should look at how Ralph S. Smedley, he thought way ahead, like how these people are thinking to streamline climate and nature and everything. He also thought way ahead and said, let's set up the Toastmasters for young kids who are coming, who want to streamline their communication. With that, he started this in the YMCA, and till 1991, in India, we did not have Toastmasters. And only in 2006, we got the district for the Toastmasters. So we have come a long way from 2006 till now. For the benefit of the guests, we have 3 sessions. The first one would be the prepared speeches. The second one would be the table topics. The third one would be the evaluation. Now, to start our process, let's have the 3 soldiers who are going to be here, who are going to help the general evaluator in this process. The first one is the timer. The timer, I would like to call upon Nimisha, Toastmaster Nimisha. Can you brief us on the timer role, please?
Thank you so much, Madam Kiyabori. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Thank you once again. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters guests. So, as the timer tonight, my job is to time all the speakers and the role takers. Typically, we have prepared speeches that are for a duration of 5 to 7 minutes. I left my cards there, so sorry. Speeches at 5 minutes, I will show the green card. At 6 minutes, I will show the amber card. And at 7 minutes, I'll show the red card and I'll keep it displayed till the speech concludes. For the table topics, the time duration is 1 to 2 minutes. So at 1 minute, I'll show the green card again. At 1.5 minutes, I'll show the amber card, and 2 minutes, I'll show the red card. And finally, for the evaluations, the speech duration is 2 to 3 minutes. So at 2 minutes, I'll show the green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, the amber card, and at 3 minutes, the red card, and I'll keep it displayed till the end of the speech. I'll present my report when the general evaluator calls for it.
now call upon our accountant helper, our soldier. He is Toastmaster Anand. Yes. Yeah.
So today I've been given the role of manning the R count to check the right usage of your word, or rather, if you're using the crutch words like you know it, maybe, right, all those things. So while doing it, when you use these crutch words, a very good speech is going to sputter. So I'm there checking out whether your speech goes like a Benz or like a BTS bus. Okay, wait for me. I'm going to give the report when the TMOD calls me for that.
Invitation, I won't be asking you, the G will be asking you for the report. Our next, I would like to call upon the grammarian Toastmaster Ramrao to help us in explaining the role for the newcomers and for everyone.
A privilege. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the day. My role as the grammarian of the day is to listen to all the speeches, evaluations, and note down the good usages of grammar and not so good usages. And at the end of the meeting, when called upon to do so by the general evaluator, I present my report as the grammarian. Another role I have is to present the word of the day. The word of the day is colors. The word of the day is colors. I encourage all the speakers to use this word. Thank you.
So let's go through the first section now. I asked these questions to everyone. However, I think she already answered, so I'm not going to explain on what Prasanna Kumari said. But she is a Tendulkar fan and she's also a Star Worker Lakeside president. I would like to call upon this strong lady to give the evaluation guidelines for our first speech. Toastmaster Prasanna Kumari.
Today, Toastmaster Gopaya is giving his L1P4, and the title of the speech is Persuasive Influence, Persuasive Storytelling. He is doing. Purpose of the statements are: the purpose of this project is practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during the club meeting. The purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator.
Our next person who is going to be coming in, when I asked him about his idea on innovations towards climate, he said, ensuring that technological advancements go hand in hand with climate considerations so that future generations too have a nature to enjoy. How apt and how technical. A senior manager at Capgemini can only say this. I would like to call upon Toastmaster Bopaya. Toastmaster Bopaya, persuasive storytelling. Persuasive storytelling, Toastmaster Bopaya. Sentence 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, sorry.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lakshmi. I did not know who Rasputin was until Bonian gave me a beautiful rendition of his story. There lived a certain man in Russia long ago. He was big and strong in his eyes of flaming glow. When I heard this, it immediately captivated my attention toward the story of a man's strength and his ability to charm with his eyes. Bonian continues. Most people looked at him with terror and with fear, but to Moscow chicks he was such a lovely dear.
It goes on to say that although Rasputin was a dreaded leader, women always had a soft corner for him, which makes him both loved and feared. Fellow Toastmasters, guests, and my dear friends, now how did I come to that conclusion with just 2 lines of a song? It is the way the story is being narrated, which captivates our attention towards something or someone. We are immediately in awe of that situation, which makes us want to be part of that situation in any way possible. Today, I can tell you who Rasputin was, what kind of a ruler he was, and how he was killed by the Russians. On August 28, 1963, Martin Luther King proclaimed from the steps of the American Memorial, "I have a dream," throwing light on the plight of the black Americans 100 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed by America. His speech spoke about the atrocities of the black Americans despite a call for equality for all and prosperity for all. I have a dream that one day all valleys shall be exalted, all mountain and hill shall be low, the rough paths will be made plain, the crooked paths will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. What a wonderful speech, what a powerful speech, so enticing that it revolutionized the entire American society. His speech was a masterpiece that with vivid imagery and visionary language. He not only spoke about civil rights, but he also painted a picture in which radical discrimination is eradicated and equality is prevailed. Similarly, on Jan 9, 2007, there was a slender man with turtleneck top. He walked across the stage casually at Macworld conference in San Francisco. He said, "Today is the day I've been looking forward to for the past 2.5 years. Every once in a while, a revolutionary product comes into the world and it changes everything." He goes on to say that in 1984, he launched a computer which revolutionized computing. He goes on to say that in 2001, he launched a music device which revolutionized the entire music industry. And on that day in 2007, he was about to reveal 3 new revolutionary products. A widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communications device. He stirred the audience curiosity by repeating this. He started again. A widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, a breakthrough internet communications device. The crowd was at the edge of the seats listening to this. Then he repeated it again. A widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communications device. The crowd went berserk when he revealed that all these are one single product which encompasses all these revolutionary products. The product that was launched in 1984 was the Mac. The product that was launched in 2001 was the iPod. And on that day, he revealed the iPhone. And that man is none other than Steve Jobs. Stories engage our brains in ways raw data and facts alone cannot. There's a phenomenon in neuroscience called neurocoupling, which shows that when we hear a story, it not only engages or enlightens the language processing abilities of our brain, but so does it activate the areas which you feel when you are in that place, experiencing that situation firsthand. So neurocoupling builds deeper connection between the storyteller and the audience. Brands like Nike and Apple, they just don't sell products; they sell dreams and aspirations. The advertisements, their advertisements are narratives that evoke emotions and inspire action, right? Inspire action, and these narratives, they have a way of communicating with the audience. They connect their stories, their messages to stories of success, failure, and perseverance of people, of athletes, and they build a narrative which resonates with their audience at a personal level. Stories have a power. Stories have the power to inform, to persuade, and to transform as well. Like Steve Jobs said, the most powerful man in the world is a storyteller. A storyteller has the vision, he sets the vision, he sets the values, and he sets the agenda for an entire generation that is to come. And we are the generation today, and I am on that path. Are you? Thank you.
Oh, what a wonderful speech. And I did not know that much about the neuro, whatever that was about the storytelling. Thank you so much. I will listen to this again and try to get the right words. Probably that is why our ancient ancestors or everyone used to tell us stories about the trees, about how to take care of the animals around us, about how to be with the climate or with the environment, I should say. Moving to our next evaluator, when I asked him about innovation towards climate, he said, we are responsible for spoiling the climate, hence we must take responsibility to improve it. Whether it is switching off lights, fans, etc., when not in use, or keep the AC at 25, yes it is, instead of 18, even a small gesture goes a long way, and only a club mentor, a person who walks the talk, who is very organized, can say this. I would like to invite Toastmaster Ramdas to give the guidelines for the next speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dev. The purpose of the project is for the member to practice skills needed to present a topic that is new or unfamiliar to the club members. The time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes.
Our next speaker, when I asked him about innovations about climate, he said, keep it simple, live simple, use metro, combine your travel with your family and friends. Plant at least one sapling on a special day, whether it is your birthday, whether it's your anniversary, anything. And he says, if India wins, or let's say, if you have a good whiskey and if you are celebrating it, if you have tasted it, plant a sapling. I would like to call upon the most passionate singer, the guitar player, and a second time to be the IPP, Toastmaster Cycles. Toastmaster Cycles, the name is for
Give me 30 seconds time to connect your. Yeah.
Good evening, my fellow Toastmaster and welcome guests. Thanks for your reaction. Again, last night, I had a dream. Again, I was carrying Betal on my shoulder. Then he started like this. Hey, Vikram, what happened to you last time? I said, don't speak like this. Be polite. This time I'm going to discuss something else. Yes? The name is Bond. My dear friends, I'll tell you why. But before that, I need to ask you. Do you know why this price movement is happening in the bond? Any idea?
James Bond.
I'm talking about not James Bond, fixed income bond. Why this price movement is happening in the bond? Anyone?
Speculation of interest rate might come down or might raise up.
Anyone else?
Good economy, good people, so it's going to come down.
So it's not so familiar this time.
Stable, safe.
There are two options. One is the interest rate cut or a hike. Second one is supply and demand. So I'll discuss the second one now. What is the supply demand?
Supply and demand in bonds.
Yes, I'll explain now. This guy is still confused. Last week also he was confused. He don't know. He doesn't know why this stock market is going up and up again. I'll explain that also. June 28, 2024. It was a landmark for India because from that day, JP Morgan has included India's bond in their index. But I'll explain you in the layman's language. This 1%, 10% of the total index has been added, will be added by March 2025 in a phased manner by 1% every month up to March 2025. But why? What is this bond index? It's like Sir saying that this bond, James Bond. What is this bond index? This is same like the Nifty and Sensex. Saying the mutual fund manager or the pension fund manager across the globe, they cannot track all the bond issued by the respective government, like in the back doors. So what they are doing, they are tracking the indices. So JP Morgan Emerging Market Indices, it's called JPIEM, that is also one of them. The size of the JP Morgan Global Index is 300 billion USD. Out of that, we got 10%. So by March 2025, it will be included in the JP Morgan total 30 billion USD. Now, before this is a front running. Before when they announced about the inclusion of India in the JP Morgan index, already 10 billion inflow happened in India. It's huge, right? Without bond inclusion, right? See, this is the 10 months chart. How the last 10 months the inflow happened in India. Apart from April, all the months it was positive and it's more than 1 billion every month on average we got. See, this is the result. On September, when this inclusion announcement happened, the foreigners' money in our index, in our government bond, it was only 1.9%. Now in June, we are standing at 2.6%. And by estimates, is the estimate that by March 2025, we'll get 5%. 5% ownership of the foreign ownership. Now, it's important to note it down, please. This all the bonds, government bonds issued in India are not accessible, not allowed by the foreign investor. They cannot invest in all the bonds. So this is fully accessible route. So but last year budget, February 2023, Government of India enacted one rule that we are introducing one different route. It's called fully accessible route. So
there won't be any capping. Earlier, there was a capping of 5% of our total bond size. The foreigner can invest only in 5%. There was a capping. But via this route, you can invest it any amount. The foreigner can invest it any amount. So it's a huge inflow is happening. So the size of this far, this fully accessible route is 400 billion. So huge. We have 30 billion has been promised now. So it is 400 billion. What is the advantage? See, one more big player is coming. That is the foreign investors, FIIs, institutional investors. Indian bond yields fall. So 10 years government bonds fell from 740 to 701 now. Lower cost of government borrowing, definitely. They need to give the money at the lower, from 7.4 to 7, they need to give the money now. So lower cost of government borrowing and reduce cost of capital for corporates. So corporates also can take the money and from the lower cost. This will boost our energy. So as of now, this dealers estimate that 2 billion per month it will go till 2025. Another good news that Bloomberg has included our bond in their index also, but that will start from January 2025. After that, we can expect that 3 billion every month will get the flow. Now, this is with this the dollar also appreciating from 83.4. Now, dollar is by end of 2024, it will go estimate by Standard Chartered that it will go by 82.70. It's a huge achievement for India, right? So, this is watershed moment for us. In 2023 is we are the part of Fragile Five economy, right? From there we are standing here. It's a huge transformation, quite a transformation, right? See, this guy saying we got the power, right? Definitely the yield falling and stable rupee, India's growth can go to another level, right? And not surprising. That is why this Indian stock market also going up for last couple of months. I can't do anything. I spoke a lot of things, so I need to go. Tu bola, main chala. That's all from my side. Over to you, Joe.
Very informative. What do you all say? Lot of this went over, but there is too much to digest. Too much. I think I'll need a lot more time to digest what he said. I noted down a lot of things. I don't know how much I'll remember. I have to go through these things, but it was very, very informational. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Cycle, for this wonderful speech. Our next speaker, when I asked the next evaluator, what does innovations mean to him? He said innovations are like windmill, renewable energy, and implementing these in our traditional lifestyles with innovative thinking will definitely help in climate changes for the better. Calling upon our club's Amitabh Bachchan to give the guidelines for the next speech.
Good evening to all the Toastmasters present here. Good evening. What is the project guidance for this speech? Purpose statement states that he has to share his experience of leading a voluntary organization. Being a Rotarian, I can expect what is coming. The timeline for the speech is little more than 5 to 7 minutes. He has a bonus, 8 to 10 minutes bonus timer. It is 8 to 10 minutes. Okay? Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. Our next speaker, when I asked him about innovations, I think he's lost. So let me introduce him without that. He's a manufacturing consultant who joined along with me, and he had given speeches. But all of a sudden, he had to take speed break because he took up a leadership role in the Rotary. Now he's back with a bang and he's trying to finish all the speeches. I would like to call upon Toastmaster Chandrasekhar Toastmaster Chandrasekhar, change your leadership style based on the situation. Change your leadership style based on the situation, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar.
No, don't enter my chamber if you are coming with a problem. Come only if you have a solution. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Most of us have grown in the corporate world listening to this. What kind of leadership do you think this is? Authoritative? Anybody else?
Autocratic.
Bureaucratic? Demanding? All sorts of things. But what is that is there in the background that the leader is trying to convey?
Come with a solution.
Think is what he is telling you. And this is where we find most of the people who are built today and who are able to guide have been told by their managers or their guides to do so. Think, think before you are doing it. So, coming to the thing, changing your style, changing your leadership style based on the situation, it demands a lot of thought process and the empathy factor in you to come out. Otherwise, my experience with the industry world, manufacturing, or the corporate sector is only two things. One is bureaucratic or authoritative. Authoritarian. Now, why this? There are many other types, but why don't we come across that? Anybody can guess why other than these two can not be seen or experienced? At least 75%? That is one. That's the boss speaking. Anybody else?
That is what they have inherited from their bosses.
That's what they have inherited. Culture.
Lack of skills. Lack of required skills to be
Lack of skills.
Situation.
Environment.
Situation.
Well, it's a three-letter word. If I say, you will be surprised. That is the ego. It talks about the ego of the person. He doesn't accept the change which the other person is bringing. Yes, Toastmaster Anand, I agree that work will not happen, but definitely there are ways to do that. And as a leader, it is not the only thing to be authoritarian or bureaucratic functions. You need to be an effective communicator. You need to lead by example. You should always express optimism. You should be an open-minded person, and you must demonstrate integrity. Now, all these things in my career I experienced, and I would like to share something from with you. My earlier engagement with an organization where I was the general manager of production planning control. We gave a commitment to one of our clients, and like everybody else, I am also a human being. So I did only bureaucratic or authoritarian work, and my demand per day, which is very much required for in automotive supplies, was slowly building up, and it landed around 10,000 pieces on the last day. It was a disaster which was happening, and I never knew how to challenge the things. It fell flat, and there was a fire in the office. The management was furious. They were all fuming. Believe me, I was also very shaken. I never knew what to do. 10,000 pieces in a day in 24 hours. That was my last. The management gave a dictum. If you are not able to do it, what is that we have to do? Okay, between. And I said, tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock, if you don't get a message that deliveries are complete, you can find my resignation paper on your table. You need not have to sack me. Don't take that plane. I will give it. This happened in morning 9 o'clock, is what I told my manager. And I started working backward. I took the whole team together. I made them sit and took stock of all the stages which the components are. I made each and everyone responsible for their own task. And I started working with them. By night, almost 5,000 pieces were ready for dispatch. And one lot had already been dispatched, and another 5,000. Now, working in night is a very challenging thing which you cannot do. It is very challenging. One is the fatigue factor, the second is the manpower, the quality of manpower, the quality of work which gets done. These were the challenges which I faced during that time. It was very difficult to manage, but I did not worry because my planning was perfect and I knew I can achieve that. So when most the people who had left, I told team members who were part of manufacturing, who were part of inspection, who were part of dispatches. And I led from the front. Because of this, at 6 o'clock morning, I asked my stores manager to send a message to my managing director stating that, yes, the job is complete. We have dispatched 10,000 numbers. And I took a day off. This was, I was able to achieve as a leader because I was optimistic. I was not only optimistic, but I had meticulously planned each and every stage of my process and where the bottleneck would be there, and people used to see me at that bottleneck, seeing that how it can be eased. Night 3 o'clock, I was doing the inspections. Early morning 4 o'clock, I was packing along with my team members. That motivated everyone, and that is what I could achieve. This is very simple thing as we all talk. There are different ways, styles of leadership. All leadership styles will not give you any results until unless you know how to change that role, how to make that role effective. You should be very optimistic in your approach. You should be an open-minded, but planning should be effective. And when there is a crisis, you should not allow your team to stand front, but you should be standing in front. But when it times to celebrate, push your team forward, and they would celebrate. This is my learning in my life. I also have another kind of thing which I am as a consultant learning it. It is a very democratic, altruistic approach and pace setting approach, people call that. But again, here I find the three-letter word behind everybody's approach, everybody's work. Now, with my intervention in that organization, we are changing the entire working structure of that organization, and we are bringing in more optimistic approach, more result oriented approach, and we are bringing in mixture of all the eight characteristics of a leader into one and seeing progress in the organization. With this, I would like to conclude by telling, don't be having one approach to any problem, but look for the way you can get into your solution and achieve the success. Thank you very much.
A well spoken speech. Thank you very much. Rasputin, to name his bond, to management tactics, that's a lot to handle for today. I think with this, we'll move to the next session. Now, when I asked this person, innovations, what is innovations towards climate? He said it means clean energy, increase efficiency, efficient waste management, inculcate good habits, and concern for the climate. I would like to call Toastmaster Ram Rao to conduct a table topic session for us.
Privately in the morning.
No, it was for introductions.
We'll keep it light. What is life without health? What is life without health?
Black and white.
Rotarians are, most of us are Rotarians here. It was formed, the club was formed by them. Rotarians are good in filling colors in their own lives and also in the lives of others. Camaraderie, there is friendship, fellowship, and service. These are the two pillars on which the Rotary stands. They will top pillars, and it's going to be very hard. We are here around a table, so this session is a table topics session. For the guests, it may sound a bit wide, but many times we sit around a table and discuss many topics. For example, in the family gatherings or sitting and having a coffee or a drink with the friends. So many things keep happening. This platform gives an opportunity to practice the skills. Of course, learning is a totally different subject, but practicing happens here. So this is what we will be having in the next few minutes, and it will be a bit of knuckles. So these are the bonds, these are the chits which I will present, and whatever topic comes, the speaker will speak. The time is 1 to 2 minutes. Timer. Let's start with something easiest. Anyone?
You can start from that side.
No, those who have not spoken, they will also speak.
Yeah, you can start.
So guests will also speak.
Yes.
Yes. First topic was Anand. Black sheep. The topic here is black sheep.
You have time to think till you go there.
Black.
Baba black sheep. Black sheep is somebody who is slightly different from the crowd.
Talking about colors, black is also a color. And black sheep, it actually represents something else in any organizations. From the military background, black sheep in a military background is a Gaddar. Traitor. who we don't want to look up, talk to about. Coming from a civil engineering background, a man who doesn't know his ropes is called as a black sheep, who masquerades as a mason or as an engineer or as anything. Coming from the engineering perspective, as in the shop floor, a black sheep is one guy who tries to escape doing his duties properly, correctly.
Black sheep has many meanings. The color changes from black. I don't know how it just became black. Even a green sheep also is different from a black one. Many a times when I started in my college days, I would say, I was a prime example of being a black sheep, a total nonconformist, a total rebel, a rebel without a cause. And only during my own entrepreneurship, I suppose, I really turned out that black is not good and painted myself white. Thank you so much.
Right. Where I see it. Might have one of the guests, please. Read out the topic yourself.
Show true colors. We spoke about colors, we heard about black sheep, and we spoke about greens and all that many years ago. And exactly in 91 March, I landed up a job right on this street, 88 MG Road, 5th floor, which was the R&D office of Wipro. And there it was, I landed, I did not know what I landed into. Somebody interviewed me in Mumbai, and I thought, okay, fine, it is a job in R&D of Wipro. One of my classmates was doing a PhD, he had a job, and I asked him, he was doing PhD in IIT. I said, look, I got a job in this R&D in Wipro. Do you think I should get it? What? Go by all means. So I said, okay, fine. Anyway, I had to leave Mumbai at the time, so I landed here. And here I found the test of my life. Because I landed into a small group of 50 people. All of them were direct campus recruits. All of them from either IIC and IIT. And I was not even an electronics engineer, working into a computer industry and basic of civil engineering, just a master's in computer engineering. I was flabbergasted when people showed me the black sheep. What was there? I said, no, I have to show the true colors. One thing led to another, one problem led to another, and the real test happened when the markets opened up, there was a beauty contest, and our first overseas customer showed up, and they interviewed all of us. And when they interviewed all of us, out of 62 people were selected. And yours truly was there, and that's how I showed my true colors. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Oh, how much he was enjoying. We take on the next one, Nimisha. I'll do that job. Hey. I'm sure you will enjoy. Come.
Out of the blue,
Okay. That's the topic.
Blue.
Now we are into
We understood the meaning. There are idioms of phrases. Something similar.
being a girl is pretty hard in India because we are always, when we become of a marriageable age, we are subject to meeting guys. Parents will take us to meet different kinds of guys. They try to convince us, meet this guy, he's a nice guy. So, similar thing, I would say happened to my sister. She was being convinced to meet a lot of guys, and every time she would meet a guy, she would have a reason. Oh, he has a receding hairline. I don't like him. He doesn't keep his nails good. I don't like unkempt look like this. So, out of the blue, one day when we went with her to meet her family, we saw a guy. We thought, like, for some reason, my parents, me, we were not very convinced. We were like, okay. My sister met him. We were like, okay, we all went back home, came back, and we thought, okay, this is not going to go ahead. Surely she's going to come up with a reason. Let's look for some other matches for her. But out of the blue, she came and told us that no, he's the perfect guy. I quite like him. Gets along really well, speaks really well. So that's how she got married, and out of the blue, something nice happened because of this ritual we have of getting girls to meet guys. So something good can also happen out of the blue. So.
We'll have one more guest today, Mr. Ranga. All simple color.
Green is the topic. It's a happy evening to everyone. So we have been in the industry of cars. So of late, from the last 1 decade, we've been looking at how do we protect the environment for the future generations. I happen to participate in many forums where we are doing research of the market in the market for the demand of electric cars. So I've been part of BYD, I've been part of Mercedes, I've been part of Audi. Do you know one thing? A gallon of fuel burnt will produce 8,887 grams of carbon dioxide. By going green in terms of our mobility, we can save the environment for the future. And once we understood this, and then when we look at the cost of owning this vehicle, the cost of mobility, once you choose to go for electric car, it comes down from as good as 100 rupees per liter to 10 rupees per per unit, and you can actually bring down the cost by almost 90%. So that's the interesting concept of going for electric cars. And most of the customers that we spoke, we always have been able to convince because of going green, protecting the environment, saving the cost, and no noise. And no noise, but then if that is a choice, you can rejoice the drive because they are ultimately powerful cars. They produce a lot of power. They give you a pleasure to drive kind of feeling. So I think going green has always been our choice in automobile industry, and I hope the current 2% market size of electric cars will go to 60%, which is the best in China. Thank you.
One or more? One or topic? Yeah, because somebody who has not spoken.
In the pink of health.
That's the topic for it, in the pink of.
So, what's life without color? Yeah, the the existence itself is with colors. The identity of existence, the nature itself is color. So, in that context, the eyes recognizes things only out of colors. Differentiation is done out of colors. So, there is nothing without colors. So, inside of that, health, having good health is always good and beautiful, wherein we can be at peace and still enjoy the existence, the beauty of existence through its colors, and giving health a feministic way is the pink, which the topic of the day is in the pink of health. Thank you.
We are, thank you very much for giving this opportunity. I enjoyed, I hope you all enjoyed. Yes.
I think this was really lot of colors in our life. The plural colors, which he was talking about as a grammarian, I think he brought the colors in life. Yes. We finished the second session. Moving to the third session, which we Toastmasters are all hungry about all the time. This is going to be conducted by someone who is a first generation entrepreneur. He's the biggest dealer of the paper, GK, and he's an avid trekker. I would like to call upon the Kishore Kumar of our group, Toastmasters Santosh.
Okay, thank you so much. What is this session now all about? Can you sum it up in one line? Ah, I got it. How well you spoke. Where all you spoke well, and where all you could have done better. The gist of the session is very simple. Right from the start till the end, I will be analyzing all the role plays that I will be doing. So let me start off with the speeches first. Who is the first evaluator? Prasanna? Well, can have your evaluation of the first speaker, Gopalya.
It's a wonderful speech. It started with the true line music. You always do that, and I love that. And I think we all enjoyed that. It's a very powerful speech. It started in a very nice way with a song. Hand gesture was very good. And the chords which you spoken about very well explained, and you have taken their names. That is very, very good. It was flawless, and you refreshed our memories about the iPads and iPhone and all the people who found it. That was very nice. Let us give him a very good applause. You can improve in the area of voice throw and voice modulation as well. And facing the audience can be improved a lot. You can look at everyone, all the audience. You can eyes can go around. I think that's
Very good. Well, friends, for a first timer, it is not easy evaluating a speaker. She has done justice to her role very well. She started off with in where the speaker did well and the improvements that she can do. I'm in total agreement with her when she says you can improve on your voice throw and voice modulation. Just one simple suggestion that I'd like to give the speaker Gopaya. This was a speech in speech, I should say. In your speech, you had two more speeches. Correct?
Yeah.
Now, what was the difference in a voice tone between your speech and their speeches? It was the same voice, no voice modulation. At least if you had brought out some different voices or different speeches, it would have done wonders for the speech. Try doing that. This comes only with practice.
Sure.
Try doing that. When you speak of Martin Luther's speech, you can bring a voice, you can throw that voice like a commander. Isn't it?
Yep.
Steve Jobs, corporate guy. Make it more refined. And you got a good voice, only thing you need to change this voice. Different voice. Otherwise, all in all, it's a good speech, you start off very well. Good round of applause to both speech. Who is the second evaluator? Toastmaster Ramdas, what? Yes. Come on, sir. Good evaluation. Thank you.
evaluator, Toastmasters, guests, and Toastmaster in particular. It's a repeat speech for the benefit of all the members and guests. It's a repeat speech. Speaker gave speech last week based on the feedback by the evaluator. He's repeating today. Last week was FD. It's deposit. Today something different. Very interesting speech today as well. Let me evaluate based on content and delivery. What I like on the content is very informative. For me, I learned a lot of things today. The slides were very colorful. Minimum slides were there, and the font was big enough for us to see even from the back of the room. Unfamiliar topic for most of us. That's the requirement of the project. Title of the speech is name is Bond. All of us were confused. You're talking about some movie, but you took us in different direction. You asked two questions. Only when you ask questions we think. Otherwise, we listen and we decide whether to keep it or to leave it. Ask question makes us to think. That's quite good. In delivery, I liked your voice. You have a singer's voice, you have a beautiful voice. Sort of a high pitch that got attention of all the audience. You did not read from the slide. Though the slide was put here, just shown here and you are continuing your speech. You're not distracted by the slide. You took beautiful pauses. When you listen to your speech once again, you can see that you have beautiful pauses in your speech, quite good. What you can do to improve your speech next time to take it to a higher level. In content, we believe that the opening of the speech has to be very good. Starting the good evening is not the opening of the speech. The SAA opens with a good evening and all of us will not repeat again. You can avoid that. Closing also, you have shown the picture of Betar on Vikram and it's not the closing which I was looking forward. One more very important thing is, all of us sitting in the room always think, what is in it for me? It's a FM station called WIIFM. For me, this topic was not connecting because I don't know what to do with this knowledge. It's good for the economy, good for the country, but what's in it for me was not very clear. That could have been added in your content. Okay, because economy is growing, your income will grow. Prices will fall down. In delivery, we expect that the speakers has to be ready when we called upon here. The setting of TV screen could have been earlier. We lost 2 minutes. The impact is we lost the flow of the speech. Because when we called here, somebody else was speaking. There was silence for 2 minutes. The flow was affected. And when they showed Betal on Vikram, could have done some body language. Body language is little missing today. I believe by adding this, you can make your speech take to the next higher level. I would say you passed the project guidelines. Wish you all the best. You're a confident speaker. You have very good flow of thoughts. If you take care of this, you'll be a good speaker. Better speaker next time. Thank you.
What an evaluation. They got 360 degrees or 720 degrees? What was it?
720.
720.
Possible more than that.
Uh-huh.
More than that. 1080 or something.
He's also a finance guy. This is not a bond. Right? This is not a bond letter.
We are doing 1420. Okay. I'm saying 1020.
Well, if I had to evaluate the evaluator, today I had to submit one thing. I got nothing to say against him. He has evaluated each and every angle of the speaker's speech. Toastmaster Ramdas. The timer for his speech, the speaker has only for 30 seconds. How much did he take? So what do you learn from this? What is action needed?
3 minutes 17 seconds.
Yeah, but
What is action? Action. Solution. Now.
Within that
What is the
3
time?
minutes 17 seconds.
3 minutes it took to start the speech.
Oh,
You
Huh?
just go cycle.
oh,
Second.
He was over time.
While speech.
No,
7 minutes 32 seconds.
no, he asked for 30 seconds before he started the speech, right?
Yeah.
You have to time this also. Huh? Because in total you have taken at least 10 minutes. So suggest the speakers who are to give presentation, let them come beforehand and do all these arrangements. Apart from that, good speech second. Only thing you have to connect to the audience with your speeches. In any speech, we always say, look at the audience and their interest. To talk in any speech with this, it goes above the head. It's not a good speech. How many of you connected with this speech today, with all the speakers and data? If most of you connected well, it's a good speech. It's very simple. Okay, second? Let's have a look at that. Now, for the third speaker, who's the evaluator?
Your good sir.
Thanks for reminding me. Thanks for reminding me. Okay, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar, for your evaluation. This is your L5 P1 speech. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
L5 P1?
Yes, sir.
You come a long way. You come to level 5. Okay, you narrated your own personal experience about how you change your leadership styles. You spoke about various leadership styles in corporates, in your own firm, in a factory. Very nicely narrated. No doubt about that. I'd like to compliment you for that. How well you started off the speech, and the best part that I liked about your speech was the takeaway message. What is that? Can you repeat that? For the benefit of all of us. Take it, the last message.
Change your style. Don't keep one. Change to the situation and lead when there is a problem. And when you are getting success, put your team on.
See, your speech reminded me of Satish Dhawan.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Almost similar story.
Yeah.
What is that?
Abdul Kalam, when he failed,
Ah,
Failure and then
yeah,
success.
then success. Both the times, he put himself in the front when the failure happens,
yes.
and he took the responsibility. When the success happened, he put
Abdul
Dr.
Kalam.
Abdul Kalam in the front.
Right.
Yes.
It's always
You got a good memory. Very nice. Very nice. Special memory. You're also from Kerala.
yes.
Okay. Okay, Chandrasekhar. I don't have any suggestions for you. It was a good speech. Well delivered. Just keep it up.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now, after concluding the speeches and the individual orators, let me call upon the support team, the TAG team. You are ready? Timer. Can I have the timings of each and every role play today?
Yes, sir.
Come. Would you like to come here?
Hey,
Come. Huh?
Starting with the SAA, he took 1 minute 37 seconds, well within the time limit. For the presidential address, Toastmaster Prasanna, she took 4 minutes 35 seconds, again within time. The TMOD Toastmaster Rashmi, a little bit of anomaly. You took 8 minutes 18 seconds, slightly over time in the initial phase. Speaker number 1, Toastmaster Bopaya, was very much within the time frame, 5 minutes 47 seconds. Toastmaster Saikat, a little bit extension over the 30-second grace, 7 minutes 32 seconds. Toastmaster Chandrasekhar was also slightly over time. His speech timing was 8 to 10 minutes. He took 10 minutes 19 seconds. The table topic speakers, most of us were within the time limit except Toastmaster guest Naveen. He was slightly under time, only 52 seconds. And the evaluators, all the evaluators, well, actually, no, there's a lot of anomalies here. So Toastmaster Prasanna was under time. She took 1 minute 23 seconds. Ramdas sir was within time, 3 minutes 17 seconds. So he used the 30-second grace. So that's qualified actually. And sir, you were under time for your evaluation. You took 1 minute 57 seconds. Just a little bit.
from the R counter, presiding officer Prasanna Kumari. Your first session went smooth as a dentist. Dear Modi Rashmi, you just used R once, but your speech cruised like a nice electric car. And Prasanna Kumari, in your evaluator role, you have a nice crutch word called you know, more like a diesel Audi. And every time you hit a 80-kilometer walk, ting, ting, ting. Mumbai was almost like a Maybach. Not much of a thing. I'll let go. Though they seems to be your favorite crutch word. Psychic.
Yeah.
You had I don't know. I lost count after 7.
7 now.
Yeah.
After 7, he lost count.
No, it was near 20 something.
He lost count after 7. After 7, he
Santosh ji was very good.
Huh?
It's almost his speech and the flow of thought was so good. It made velvet cloth sound like sandpaper. Shekhar, no crutch word, but the clutch seems to have given some problem to you. Amravati, good, smooth, no sputters anywhere. Just 1 or 2 hours. Mr. Sunil Kant, a thoroughbred neighbor. I couldn't find anything, even though I put my glasses there. Nimisha, you also were clean, but guy, probably you can change that. The repeat of that word, it actually sputters your speech. 4 lines on, and so seems to be another one, very favorite crutch word for you. Song on the wheels. No problem. And for the first time we're taking on the table topic, your smooth. Naveen Tao. Yes, boss. Yeah, so, who, and I lost count of it. Sorry, boss. Thank you so much. That's from the art.
And what I experience now, he seems to be very obsessed with the vehicle, the car, the brand, the makeup. Ranga, you can take him in your organization. Huh? He grown asset to you.
Customer.
That's between you two. Okay, moving on. The grammarian, Toastmaster, Ramarao, the colorful man. Come, sir.
Okay, first the grammarian's role, not so good usages first. I belong to Bangalore. She belongs to Bangalore. That is how English works. So he belongs, she belongs, but I belong. So when we use I, it is belong. Somebody used I belongs. Another thing is a speech is informative. Somebody used informational. So that distinction may be made. The good usages, many of them, to keep the ball rolling. We can use these idioms and phrases. To charm with his eyes. Very good use. Evoke emotions. Very good in speeches. And one carrying for me is neuro coupling. When the story is told, that happens. And some more good usages. Pace setting approach, optimistic approach. Coming to the word of the day, most people used it. She used it, he used it. The guests used it, yours truly used it, and I think almost everyone used it. That's something good. Thank you. That is my review.
Oh, please check your mobiles. Please check your mobile, please. Please check your mobile.
Okay, my dear friends, we have completed a few colors till now. Toastmaster Ramarao,
Sir,
what should I tell for your report? Don't you think he's a seasoned, he's a seasoned, like a seasoned mango, call it raspberry, badami or apus? Huh? Very sweet and everything. Big round of applause to all the very well. Now let me start off with the 7 p.m. Right, Chandra?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As usual, our meeting started at 7 p.m. sharp. That is what we are known for, and I would like to compliment our Sergeant Secretary for doing so. Thank you. As usual, he's been doing a great job as a sergeant. He speaks very well, very energetic voice, and this is how one should kickstart a meeting. Next, presiding officer, Prasanna Kumari. First time again? No. Presiding officer. Prasanna, right?
Yes. First time, right?
Shit. Huh? Energy illa. Huh? Decreased. PO. PO means drink. PO. Huh? Presiding officer.
PKPO.
PO. Adding color to all these things. Huh? As a first timer, you should have the courage to come up and speak. And within get ready and come in and speak. That's a great thing that you have done. This is what we look in the leaders. They should not shy away from coming onto the lectern. No. Kusuna, what does the president officer do? First and foremost. Please don't on that.
Travel. I was asking here
You should have jumped on the table.
with one. My other
What?
because otherwise I would have done.
First and foremost thing that you should have done is open the meeting officially. If not a gabble, just say, I officially open meeting number 219.
Okay, next.
And then move on. The minutes of meeting, good. You introduce the guest also, very well done. And then you spoke on the theme. By any chance, were you looking at the slips we were talking?
Yeah, pointers, yes. Pointers were there.
Hmm?
Yes, because I got the late
Yes, sir.
information, so I didn't get time to prepare. Sorry.
Try
Yes.
that once again.
Okay.
And one improvement as to the time that I told you. Never come up on the stage and say that I have not prepared for this. Pardon me. Audience do not know about what you've done and what you've not done. Why tell them all these things? Huh? Why tell them? So, just come stadium and start talking.
Yes, not that.
Not it? Chalo, let's be audience. CM Modi, Rashmi. Should I worry now or later on? She's got butterflies in the stomach. Let them fly. I'll go to the table topic master. Krishna Samarao,
Sir, here.
you are great. You come once in 6 months, but you leave. But you leave your colors over here and then go. Huh? Very colorful topics, simple and straight, huh? And it gels well with the audience. So nice topics with so many colors you brought in. Very well done, sir. Very well done. Table topic speakers. Who all came? Anand. You spoke on which color? Black sheep. Black sheep. If I was in a place I would say I love French sheep, Felo sheep. Huh? Yeah. So that's a very good attempt. After that, Nimisha came out of the blue. What was your story? Your story? Next time? Sunil,
Yes, sir.
what is the topic that you have given?
Show true colors.
Did you really show your true colors here? Or was it just a... huh?
I'm still hiding some.
Very well spoken. Very well. Very well. Mr. Ranga, as usual, he can relate any topic to the Mercedes. He can relate. Even Anand was relating the same thing. That means both of you can gel very well. Huh? Very well attempted speech, I think. Huh? Keep it up, sir. Keep it up. Second time I think so, right, Naveen?
Yeah.
Second time you're doing it? Are you enjoying?
Yes.
You're enjoying?
Yes.
Extend your speech timing. Even if you don't have anything to say, just come there and stand and sing a song. Huh? You have to complete 2 minutes. Okay?
Sing the song as long as you perform the minutes.
That's all. 2 minutes.
That will become the Archangels.
That's okay. That is his job. That's not your job. That is his job. Let him But when we speak, encourage them to complete the given timeline, the stipulated time. They should complete. Once they complete, then they'll going further. They will definitely feel that 2 minutes is very less. Okay. So with this table of masters, I would like to give a good round of applause to the master and the students. PMOD Toastmaster Rashmi, how are you?
Good, sir.
Good. How was the performance? Did you enjoy it?
No.
I enjoyed it. How about you all?
Yes.
Yes. You enjoyed it? Then why is she saying no? Off color today?
There's not much time.
Huh?
I was reading off the book.
Green Revolution. Such a nice topic. Huh? Isn't it? Your smile, your laugh itself is so green. Huh? So, whatever performance you do, I think you did very well today. Very well you did today. No suggestion from my side. Keep taking your suggestions. Okay? Good one. Chalo. Okay. Well, nothing to worry. Green revolution. I think so. Did I complete everything?
Yes.
Nothing is there? Thank you all so much.
I think we're running out of time. Let me call the PO Cycle, Toastmaster Cycle. Can you please come on the stage? Thank you.
My pleasure. For the last time, I'm doing the pure role. I mean, that is for this time. I don't know for the future. Santosh is all about Santosh. In the Toastmaster of today's meeting, Madam Toastmaster of today's meeting, Toastmaster Rashmi, he said about Pune Sujlan building, right? Another building came up that is not building, full area, full city is green city. It's called GIFT City in Gujarat. That is the first district cooling system has been introduced. Right? Everything will be done in the basement and it will go up to cool the full city, full district I would say. There is 86 acres land and this full area is a green area. There is nothing, all has been waistline, everything has been gone down. You don't need to dig up anything. So that is called GIFT City. That is the first green energy city or district of India. So now, couple of announcement. We have already published our newsletter in the group. In that also, there is an article about GIFT City. I wrote that one. Good publicity, right? So now it's time for the result first. Starting. First today's result, then something I'll start with the tag role level first. Any idea? Tag role means? Were not qualified at all. Yes, you are right. It's Toastmaster Anand. Role. Certificate will come later. Then the best table topic speaker, guest Ranga. Now it's time for the best Toastmaster. Any idea again? Any guess? No, you are not the best Toastmaster. You are not qualified. Yeah, Toastmaster Rashmi, you are right. Toastmaster, she is right. But you are the best Toastmaster, Toastmaster Ramarao. And it's time for the best evaluator. There's no guess. Toastmaster, our mom, Toastmaster Ramdas. Is a true blue of NITK BHIVE. Now it's time for the best speaker. The best speaker is handsome, charming, charm among the girls is too much. Toastmaster Bopaya. Today is the last meeting. I'm adjourning as a president. Next week on 10th, there is installation. The new SCOM executive committee. Now it's time for the result of the full term and this month. There is no prize for second runner-up, right? I'll start with the best team first. The best team for the term, for this term is you are not the leader. Yes, but not your team. Ramdas's team is the winner. 949. 949 total number. And the second runner-up team as well. Runner-up is my team. So the gap is much. 880. And the second runner-up is Santoshji's team. 878. You lost by 2 points, Santoshji.
I'm good for the counting.
And the fourth position. 874. It's not hack. I was the lone warrior. I was the lone warrior in my team. Rashmi Anand. That is his monk. Monk is the our monk.
We will reorg this time.
Now is the main result. Again, there is no prize for second runner-up. The first runner-up, right? You should have introduced that first one. The first prize again is our monk, Toastmaster Ramdas Bhatt. He got 290. The runner-up is me, 245.
It's all.
Go
Okay,
back.
next time we need you. Because we'll be holding it.
Who is the third? You are the third. 233.
No, there is an EVM.
You can do AVM, no problem. He's responsible. So this prize will be given, cash prize. To the team, it's 2,000. Top team of the term. And the individual Toastmaster for the term is 1,000. Will be provided, will be given. you can party, you can do anything with that food, right? So before adjourning the meeting, I would one please introduce yourself and give the feedback of the meeting. Before we start to start. Yeah.
My name is Bhagavath, Office Boy. I'm interested in Toastmaster, that's why.
Yeah. Hi everyone. This is my second meeting. Last week I'd been there and still moved, and they, yeah, I missed my integrity in being on time and took away. And it so happened, reflected when the topic came, I didn't understand the topic. I didn't get it at all, and I just went on with that. Yeah, I'm a lawyer by profession. I practice various courts in Bangalore, and I have a law firm at Kumarappa, Shashapuram. So, but from the context of simplifying law to life, I run a firm called Law and Life. That's about me.
Feedback about the meeting.
Oh, this is one of the very, very beautiful meetings I attended. And our club is known to, as a lot of people praising our club, IMB orators. But I think people should see the conduct of this particular team and the quality of feedback, the quality of speeches. And even with this small group, the amount of energy and integrity of the Toastmasters meeting was tremendous. There are very good things as a takeaway. I don't know what the team system is, but that is something will be good to learn. There are a couple of things which you could, around very simple things which is typically done is maybe something which suction kind of board or whatever to say that Toastmasters meeting is in progress, enter only during clapping, so that guests who are not so familiar, they wait outside and not enter. So that's about the only thing. Otherwise, a wonderful meeting and great speeches. I really enjoyed all three speeches. I learned something about bond, and Bopaya spoke so well about the speech and Mr. Chandrasekhar, hats off to you. I learned something new today. So great speeches that you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, our high-wire ex-president, everything in the Rotary Club for inviting me, and I'm so grateful to invite you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Always good to have the feedback from the Toastmasters. Definitely, it's a valuable feedback for us as a club. Sir, Mr. Ganga, your feedback.
I've never timed my speech so far. I think the first time ever I thought, I looked at the yellow card and I think I need to stop now. Am I talking crap is what I thought. But then I think I didn't reach red. Yeah. But then I think time speech is something that I take away. But very lively and very interesting and energetic team altogether. Everybody has participated. I think you didn't miss. No one missed to speak today. I think this is very rarely to happen. Normally, some people remain unspoken, but then here, everybody got a chance. Everybody got to be seen at a glance by all. So that is something that I loved being part of this. I thank Santoshji coming to the office all the way. The last time I promised that I'll come, I could not make it. This time I think he ensured that he'll catch my collar and bring here. Very lovely gathering, and I'm really excited being part of it as well. So likewise, thank you so much.
Thank you. Not heard about Santoshji that he can kidnap someone. So with this, the heavy heart of the earth, the jokes apart, I am adjourning the meeting number 219 of NITK BHIVE Toastmasters Club.